One
Okay.
question for the BLR, the Y should be attributed, right?
Sorry, for which test? For BLR?
Yeah,
For BLR, my Y has to be
attribute.
attribute with binary, with two subgroups only.
Okay.
Okay. So
Then AHT minutes you cannot consider for BLR, right? It is only acceptable or reject. You can
yes, you can.
consider.
Yes, yes. So HT minutes, I can likewise we have categorized this data, accept versus reject. So this has become binary, and now I'm comparing it with the tenure of the employee. So tenure of my employees data is here. So this is the tenure of the employee data: 6 months, 20 months, 10 months in the system.
And even you can compare with the age.
Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can. You can do that. Let's do that also. Let's do that quickly so that we can look at another combination. So I'm clicking on the last edit dialog box. So here in terms of tenure, I'm mentioning the age of the employee. Now I want to know, does age matter? I click on OK. The p-value says 0.405. Now it says age does not matter. No matter whatever the age of the employee is, HT doesn't matter. Because I was probably trying to make this hypothesis to check whether there is any difference between the age of the employee which is making these sort of rejects. So that's also comes to a null hypothesis. Okay, so we have covered.
One more question: when we are doing the correlation in test, we were considering the Pearson value as R value, right? But here
Yes,
we are considering P value only for the Pearson, right?
yes. Here we are. So in correlation, the next test that I'm going to talk about is a regression test, and then I will talk about the difference between correlation and regression, because you remember correlation is also to be done when my y is continuous and x is continuous. Regression is also to be done when my y is continuous and x continuous. So I will cover. Let me cover regression, and then you will understand it better. Then this question will be answered. Okay. So can someone tell me what have we learned from the correlation test? Then I'll start with the regression. What have we learned from the correlation test?
So correlation shows us whether there is a positive or a negative correlation between the two values that we are checking. And I believe coming to regression, it shows us the impact.
Yes, yes. So you're right. Just to reiterate it to everybody, correlation tells me what sort of a relation is that, but it doesn't tell me whether it is impacting my y or not. It is giving a relation. It says that they are related to each other, but it doesn't tell whether it is because of each other. So likewise, if I want to compare the AHT or cycle time versus the tenure of the employee, if it's a positive correlation, it says yes, when my HT increases, okay, the age of the employee also increases, or the tenure of the employee also increases. It's a negative correlation, it's the opposite, but it doesn't tell me whether it has a significant impact or not. To know that significant impact, I will do a regression test, and there are some other things that we can look from regression tests. Regression test is basically used for forecasting, because regression is a very wide topic which is used in data science when you go for your Pythons and R's courses, wherein you will be using regression into quite detail. It is only used for its purpose to check whether it has a significant impact, and it also comes up with an equation as well, which helps me to do some forecasting. But regression itself is such a big topic. For that, you need to go for the data scientist courses to understand in detail. Okay, so let's cover the regression part, and we'll see that how much we can cover in regression. So the purpose remains the same, friends. When my y is continuous and my x is also continuous, I will do the test called. So let me use another data that I have, which I've used for scatter diagram as well. Temperature and sales of jackets. here. Okay, so I have two variables, temperature and sales of jacket. So I want to do the regression out of it. So let me do the correlation first. It's a new thing. I'm doing correlation again. So correlation, stats, basic stats, correlation. So here I'm mentioning both the variable, temperature and sales. And I click on OK. Okay. Looking at this, what do you think? What sort of a relation is this? And you see the R value here as well. R value is
strong negative correlation.
Strong negative correlation, which means when my temperature decreases, my sales of jacket increases. And when my temperature increases, my sales of jacket decreases. Okay, it's very logical. We all know it, that it always happens. Okay, so this is telling me R, but it doesn't tell me whether it is because of each other. It is just giving me a R value, the relationship between these two variables. Correlation doesn't show me any sort of a p-value here. Okay, it is telling me the R value. This value is called coefficient of correlation. Okay, regression value tells me, so now let me do a regression on the same thing. Okay, so I have the similar data. Now I want to do the regression. With the help of regression, I'm going to make a call whether it is because of each other or not. Okay, and what sort of a model is this? So I go to stats, I go to regression, I go to regression again. Okay, so you see there are many things in regression, but we will not be doing all these in the black belt. We will go for regression, and fit regression model. Okay, in responses, which is my, so always remember response is your Y. So my Y is improving the sales of jacket, and my another continuous predictor is the temperature. Okay, I click on OK. Let's go down. You see the p-value here? You see the p-value?
Yeah.
What does it say? What does it say?
With alternate.
There is a correlation between, there is relationship between the sales of jacket and temperature.
Yes, there is a significant correlation between the sales of jacket as well as the temperature. Okay, so this is the one different thing that regression has told me. Now you must be thinking that what is the use of doing correlation? Okay, then why am I doing correlation? Correlation tells me the relationship, and regression tells me whether there is a significant difference between them. Ideally, there should be one tool which should show both, but that's what the art is, that they have used different tools. So ideally, they should make one tool. But there is a prerequisite. Regression is to be done only when you see that the R value either has a positive or a negative correlation. But if there is no relation in the R value while doing correlation, maybe you get a R value of very near to 0 when there is a linear line. In that case, there is no need to do the regression, because then in that case, you will not find anything there. Okay, so that's the prerequisite of doing regression. So one is a p-value that we talk about. Another thing it talks about is the equation, prediction equation that it talks about. Okay, can you see this equation? It says sales of jackets.
Yeah.
Can you all? Sales of
Yes,
jackets is equal to 40.02 minus 0.9 into temperature. So let me just copy this equation somewhere. Okay, so this equation is, so sales of jacket is my Y. Okay, this equation is Y is equal to C plus MX. Okay, I will talk about what is C and what is M here. So Y we all know, Y is my predictor, Y is my response, my problem. Yeah, C is the constant value that it has taken on its own. Okay, and M is the multiple of X. Now, if I want to predict my sales of jacket, I can do that. Let's do that. Let's do this maths. So I want to predict Y. So which is, so in the form, this it's C plus MX. So it's 40.02 C and it's minus 0.9. So now I have to give certain number here. Okay. So let's say if tomorrow the temperature increases to 30. Okay.
Vimal, you'll have to remove the bracket start.
Right.
Yeah, because after the minus, you can put the bracket start.
Thank you. So I have given that if my temperature increases to 30, what would be my, it gives me 9.12. It's kind of giving me a predictable.
Once again, you'll have to multiply 0.9 and 30 rather than adding them.
Oh, sorry. My bad. So 40.02 minus 0.9 into temperature. Yes. So I've given a random number here, 30. I want to see that if my temperature increases to 30, what would be my sales of jacket? Okay. So this has come to 13.02. Okay. And then if I use another combination, if tomorrow the temperature reduces to 4 degrees Celsius, it would improve. Okay. You see, it has improved. So this is, so in regression, it gives me a prediction equation, which tells me that how much my X should be if I want to improve my Y. So this is another thing that regression is telling me apart from correlation. So one, it tells me whether the two variables are significantly correlated to each other. Okay. And second, it tells me what sort of a prediction that I can make. Okay. So we can do this again. We can do this again using some examples. So is everybody clear with this equation? The equation which every time you do a regression, this equation will be thrown by Minitab. It would be a different sort of an equation with a different sort of a data. Okay. So here, if I go back to the Minitab, just want to show it to you. This is a equation, regression equation test thrown. Sales of jackets is equal to, which is my Y, is equal to 40 minus 0.9 into temperature. So if I mention a number for temperature, it would give me my sales of jackets.
And Simal, what's this 0.9?
This is a multiple. So this 40 and 0.9 are the values which Minitab has thrown. Okay. So this is Y is equal to C plus MX. So Y is my sales of jacket. C is a constant value. And this is multiple of X, 0.9 times of temperature.